like.
It's all brand new, huh?
It's a whole new,
It's exciting.
world over here.
9 months later.
Okay. Hi, Natalie. I should get your. Do I have your text, Natalie, so I can text you? Did you answer that?
I think we're live.
Right? Not yet. Oh, maybe.
How you doing, Natalie? You hanging in there?
Yes, doing well. Getting the classroom set up.
Oh, Scott's got some Foley Patrol with him.
I have Georgia running around. Yes. We are live on YouTube right now.
Have you got an agent for your daughter, by the way, after that amazing appearance? I think it's Academy Award-winning appearance in that safety video. No agent there, Scott?
That was weird.
If there any of your parents are watching right now, we could see if they're agents and get your daughter hooked up.
This is I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm getting a lot of feedback right here. Here we go.
That's the worst picture of me. Don't tell me that.
You were just showing the guns, right?
I was just trying to fix my hair.
Do you want to? You still getting feedback, Scott? You can relaunch or reboot if you want.
No, I think I'm getting feedback because we're not muted. Ursula, I think there's like a delay.
You want me to mute?
I don't know. Do you guys hear that? Oh, I'm on YouTube also. No, how am I getting off you? I got to get off YouTube here. Oh man.
Have the family signed on already or not yet?
This is weird. Okay.
Oh, we are all live. FYI is in the chat.
Okay. I'm trying something here.
You want help, Scott? Want me to try and call Jim?
We are all live. Apparently, that's what we got on the chat. So if you want to probably start.
Okay, let's do it. I might get feedback, but we're going to go with it. If you can call him, I'm getting, I'm on YouTube. So I'm on YouTube and Zoom at the same time. Okay. Let's stop sharing. Okay, now let's see if I have feedback. Oh. I think I got it now.
Jim may to try and jump on here, Scott.
Okay. Let's see.
We could talk about the Dodgers or Lakers. I'm talking about my favorite football team, the Eagles, but probably no one cares about that around here.
I do. Remember, my brother played for the Eagles, so I'm still an Eagles fan. All right.
You played for the Philadelphia Eagles?
We have a couple parents on the chat asking if they're the only ones here. Hello.
Okay. So I am on. I'm having some issues because I'm on YouTube and Zoom at the same time.
Why don't you mute one of your, or turn down the audio on your Zoom so it's not playing it and so it won't go back and forth.
That's a good idea. Let me try that.
Hey, Scott, looks like you're good.
Jim, I'm hearing YouTube and Zoom.
Did you set this? You're just doing a regular webinar with an overflow, right?
Yeah.
You didn't set up custom, no? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, so it looks like you're fine. When it asked you to create the stream, you didn't choose private, did you?
No, I'm on YouTube Live.
Looks like it's working. Let me check the streaming link here really quick. Yeah, I see us. It's streaming. All looks fine. You got 35 people on your regular webinar, so you're fine all the way around. Everything's working.
Wow.
Who's saying it's not working?
I am hearing. Yeah.
Well, just point to the top where it says live on YouTube. Click on that. Choose copy streaming link.
Okay, hold on.
And then paste that into your Facebook or wherever you want to post it, social media, to push the link out. That's another way for them to get in.
Okay.
Well, right now you got 36 attendees watching, so it looks like people are getting on.
Okay.
Make sure you record so we can post it later and they can look at it later.
Well, let's go.
Otherwise, I think you're ready to go.
Not that it's a competition, but Willow had way more than 36.
Yeah, actually, I was on YB's. It took about 20 minutes or so, or about 15 minutes or so before everybody actually jumped on. It's kind of interesting.
All right, so let's get going. I'm sorry about the feedback. I got on YouTube and on Zoom, so I was hearing a 5-second delay and hearing myself talk.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You can close that YouTube tab.
So I closed the YouTube tab and we're ready to go. Parents, I want to say sorry about that, first of all. Always have technical difficulties for some reason. I want to welcome you. We are really, really, really super excited to have kids back on Monday, and can't wait to see the kids. So I hope the kids are very excited also. We are going to, first I want to say thank you for everything that you've been doing for the last 6 months with your kids and working with our teachers. I want to say thank you to our teachers. You guys, the teachers and parents for our community and our district have been such an amazing team. It's been a pleasure to be a part of. I want to say thank you to the district and to our cabinet for working so tirelessly to help us with our virtual learning and now getting back onto campus. Couldn't be prouder to be principal of Lupin Hill Elementary and the community. I just want to introduce our panel. I have an all-star panel here today. I have Ursula Deisty, our grade level lead and kindergarten teacher, and Natalie Stock, our grade level lead and first grade teacher. These are, I brought, the smartest people at my school to help me out. So I'm really happy that they agreed to help me. They will be monitoring the Q&A. So if you have questions, throw them in the questions and they'll try to help me answer. If not, then they'll shoot it out to me. If you have questions right now, hold them until I get to a slide maybe, and then shoot the questions in. A wise man once told me, hold your question because I may have a slide for that. Derek Ihori. I also want to introduce our super special guest today, the amazing Dr. Dan Stepanowski, Superintendent of Las Virgenes Schools.
Hey, what's going on, Lupin Land? Hey now, we're excited to have you guys back. And I've got 2 rock stars here, 3 rock stars, of course, Principal Foley being one of them, but Ursula and Natalie. And so much is, Scott nailed it, so much appreciation for the staff and the parents. None of this has been easy. Nothing about 2020 has been easy, but we're excited to have TK2 back on campuses starting Monday. We are, we're in LA County, obviously, we're on the border with Ventura County. LA County is only allowing us to open up TK through 2nd grade, and we're the first of 80 school districts in LA County to open up. Ventura's had a number of districts open up. I think Moore Park opened up 3 weeks ago. Simi opened up on Monday, and Conejo is opening up on Monday. Simi opened up last Monday. Conejo is opening up on the 9th, the same day as us. So we are not alone. We've been to lots of school districts that have opened up, learned lots of things, learned best practices, and we're excited to implement those. But bottom line is keeping our staff and our students safe. We're excited to get rolling on Monday. Again, the county is only allowing TK through 2nd grade to open. We will explore 3rd grade down the road, but we want Monday to be safe and successful, and then go beyond that. So the county is not allowing us to open 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, middle schools or high schools yet. LA County is really the most conservative and slowest moving probably in the country. And there's positives and negatives, right? The positives are we're being very safe. We're being very prudent. We're not going first. We're not going second. We're kind of going last. The downsides are we miss our kids and we know they do better in the classrooms with amazing people like Ursula, Natalie, and all the teachers at Lupin. So those are some of the dynamics. My advice to parents, especially kinder parents, we're opening up the campus Friday afternoon. I'll be there. Dr. Foley will be there as well. And opening up Saturday morning also. So come on campus with your child. Mask up, remain distant. We're not letting you in classrooms, but walk around the campus so you and your child are comfortable. The kinders have never probably been on campus, and for their 1st and 2nd graders, it's been 9 months. So come to campus, wear those masks, be safe, be distant, except from, of course, your immediate family. Take pictures, but walk the campus and be comfortable together. Because on Monday, we can't have parents on campus. Can't have visitors and volunteers. That's all part of the safety protocols. Again, keeping everybody safe. We shared out a 5-minute video. Please watch out with your child. I know waking up in the morning, there's a lot going on. I know it's busy, especially if you haven't done it in 9 months. I've got a 15 and a 16-year-old, and they are a handful. But I know when you're taking care of the little guys and gals, the 5 and 6-year-olds, you got to feed them, got to get them dressed. But please take a minute to do that safety check. And take a minute to make sure they have their mask when you leave the house, and it'll be awesome. We're excited to see you. Come on by Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. Come by both days, really, to walk to campus and feel comfortable. So I'll be there as well Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, and I'll sit here and answer questions. Thanks so much. Go Tiger Nation.
Go Tigers. Thanks, Dr. Dan. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here. We're back on Monday, and we're really super excited. Can't wait to see all the kids and met with the teachers yesterday, walked through the classrooms today. We are ready. So in this presentation, we're kind of going to go through all the stuff from, waking up in the morning, what to do with your student, coming to school, how to drop off your student, what's going to happen during the day, and then picking up your student from school. So again, if you have any questions, throw them in a Q&A. So I have my Rockstar teachers here to help me answer questions, and then they'll throw them out to me if they can't answer them. So in this presentation, we'll share how to screen your students. You have to do that before you come on campus. The bell schedule, drop off and entry procedures, pickup procedures, how students are going to line up, how we're going to have them physically distanced, restroom safety, recess activities, cleaning procedures, our health office procedures. You're going to hear me talk about masks, very important, and student supplies, the front office, and our Tiger rules. So we are recording this, and we will put it on our website and send it out to all the parents. So if anybody can't make it because they're working, let them know that we are going to send it out to all the parents. So temperature checks. First thing in the morning, when you come back Monday morning, do a temperature check on your student, and also do the Parent Square student health screening. So we'll go over that also, but temperature check your student, make sure your student is not having any symptoms. For a temperature, you want to make sure it's less than 99.5 degrees. Please don't bring your child to school if they're not feeling well. All absences will be excused. Now, this is what we really need your help with, parents. If your student is not feeling well, keep them home. We will excuse all illnesses. If they have a cough, if they have a cold, if they have a sore throat, any kind of headaches, they're feeling chills, anything like that, keep them home. Better safe than sorry. If your child becomes ill while they're at school, or we do find out they have a temperature, or if they're showing symptoms, we will call you and arrange for immediate pickup. So understand that we will have to send your student home if they are coughing and sneezing. So really check your student in the morning, do the temperature check, and also do the Parent Square healthy student survey on the health of your student. So Parent Square, parents, you should be slightly familiar with Parent Square. When you go on Parent Square, there will be a button in the top right-hand corner that says Health Survey Questionnaire. You're going to click on that, answer a few questions, and then you'll get a confirmation email. Right here is a banner in front of our school. If you've driven onto our campus recently, you would have seen it. Did you check in? This is right when you pull into the parking lot. So if you pull into the parking lot, this is to remind you, oops, I forgot to check in. All you have to do is put your phone out the side of the car. There is a QR code there, and it'll come. Parent Square will come up on your phone, and you can do a quick check of your student. You can also pull over on one of the visitor spots, check your student, fill out the health survey, and get back into the car line.
Scott, there was one question in the Q&A box that said family has a child caregiver dropping the child off, and the child caregiver doesn't have access to Parent Square. So what the parents can do, if you're carpooling or if you have a child care person and it's not you in the car with your phone, you can do the screening starting at 7 p.m. the night before. So if you do it the night before, our health clerk will have the printout and you are good to go. You don't need to be there. The health clerk person does not need to show the phone to anybody.
Perfect. Thanks, Dr. Dan. Also, when you pull up so if you do that the night before, we will have a printout of the parents who have done the Parent Square screening. And so we'll know you've done it. So when you pull up, we'll have your name on a list and you won't have to do it. This is what screenshot of what the healthy Parent Square screening looks like. So in the top, when you go into the Parent Square, you'll see submit daily screening in the top right-hand corner. You'll click on that, answer a few questions. On the right side here, you'll see what it will look like on your phone. And down here, you'll see the little red heart. That's what you'll click on to take the screening. This is a successful submitted screening form. So if you do take it on your phone, you can screenshot this and show us right when you pull up, and we will know that you did your screening. Student arrival and departure information. Students must wear a mask upon arrival and departure. Students should stand 6 feet apart and line up immediately on the blue dots on the playground in front of their teacher's door. Students will not be allowed to play prior to school starting. So previously, students were dropped off, they could play on the playground, and when the bell rang, they lined up in front of their class. Obviously, we can't do that now, so school starts at 8 o'clock. Students will show up at 8 o'clock. Once we get them in, they will go directly to their door in front of their classroom and line up on blue dots, sit down with their teacher will be there, and bring them in from there. So students will go directly to class after entering campus. Students will not be allowed on campus. Parents will not be allowed on campus. So please stay in your car if you're in the car line. Just like normal, you'll be in the car line, you'll pull up, we'll get your student out, take a temperature check, and move them on to their classroom. We'll have campus supervisors, staff, lots of staff available to make sure your student gets to class from the car line. Please note that our office will be closed during arrival and dismissal for each cohort to provide additional support. So drop-off procedures. We're going to go over some quick drop-off procedures. We are lucky enough that we have a brand new parking lot, and it's really long, and we have a great car line. We are very fast at getting students out of cars and getting them in, and getting them in, back in cars at the end of school. So it shouldn't be too long in the car line. We will have staff out in front working the car line. Parents drive into the lot, stay to the right, stay in the car line. Right when you pull into the lot, there will be visitors parking spots, so you can park in the visitors parking spot and walk your student to the curb and walk them up. Staff will meet your child at your car in the car line, check for completion of the health screening. Your child will exit the car on the sidewalk, and we'll do a quick temperature check. Parents, you can leave after your child has been assessed and has no fever or symptoms. Students will walk through the designated gate. We have 2 gates they're going to walk to. I'll show you those. So we have gate 1, which is at the MPR, and gate 2, which is at the kindergarten area. And they'll walk directly they'll follow arrows and dots straight to their classroom and line up with their teacher. If you're walking your student, we love parents who want to walk their students to school. Make sure that you're wearing a mask. Make sure that you're on the sidewalk. And when you do walk up, there will be a sign that says no, only students and staff beyond this point. So please respect that sign. We will, at that time, a staff member will take the temperature, check for your screening, and move your student on to their classroom.
For the record, Scott, Lupin has the greatest parking lot in the entire district now. The rumor is better than anything at Oak Park in Caneo also.
We have an amazing parking lot. We set a record with 7 minutes at pickup one time last year. So, and that was 250 kids in 7 minutes. This is a picture of our car line. Now, this is an old picture of the parking lot. Our parking lot's a lot bigger now. So this was pre-construction, but you can kind of see where the car line goes. So when you come into the parking lot, you're going to stay to the right, go through the car line all the way around, stay in the car line. As we get students out of the cars will move up. Continue to move your car up until you get to our campus supervisors that will be on the car line. So please don't get out of the car until you get to one of our campus supervisors, and they'll help you by checking for your screening and then also taking the temperature. And then once your student is temperature free and we know that you've done the screening, you're free to go. This is gate 1. So this is a brand new gate that we just got installed between the MPR and the main building. So if you're facing the main building, it's to the right of the main building. And this will be gate 1. This is where 2nd grade will enter. And you heard me talk about a sign that we really don't want parents to pass. And this would be that sign right there. We will have a few signs throughout the camp in front of the campus where we really only want staff and students to pass. These are the blue dots that we're going to be talking about all over the campus for students to stand on and sit on. This is gate number 2. This is the gate at the kindergarten area. And I'm sorry about my picture taking. My wife always tells me that I'm the worst picture taker ever. I'm just not good at taking pictures. I don't know the sun and how it affects pictures, but I'm hoping you can see that this is the kindergarten entrance. We have blue dots on the left-hand side and a sign right in front that says only staff and students beyond this point. This is where 1st grade and kindergarten will enter the school. Quick map of the school on the left. We'll start from the left side to the right. Parking lot on the left. You can see the car line in blue. Students will get out. They will get out of their cars and they'll go through one of 2 exits: the kindergarten up top and the MPR entrance on the bottom. I do have marks on here to where the teachers will line up their students in the morning. So you can see them. We have Miss Santana, Miss Klein in the kindergarten patio. And in front of these doors are blue dots where students will sit and wait for other students to sit on their blue dots. And when the bell rings, the teacher will bring all the students in. This is a shot of our amazing parking lot from the kindergarten gate. and the car line. So as you can see right here, this is the car line. Cars will pull up on the right side, right on the curb, pull up to a campus supervisor. Make sure you do not drop your student off unless you get to the campus supervisor and we get the screening check and we do the temperature check. Once you do that, you continue to move up and we'll get everybody through the car line. This is also where you'll pick up your student at the end of the day. As you can see, we have blue dots all over the front of the campus. Teachers have designated areas where they will bring the students out, sit them on their blue dots, and wait for the parents to pull up in the car line or walk to the sign where they can't pass, and we will get the student for you. Get them into your car, and you're off. So student pickup procedures. We're going to have 3 exits from the school. One will be the NPR gate that you saw. That one will be the kindergarten gate that you saw, and the other one will be the front of the main building. They'll come out the front of the main building. Teachers will escort their students out to the front, sit them on their designated blue dot, and wait for the parents to come pick them up. Please stay in your vehicle, stay in the car line, and keep moving up. And if you're walking, stop at the designated sign and we'll get your student for you. Any questions I'm missing here?
There is someone that is asking about if they were dropping off in the AM for Camp Calabasas. Will it interrupt the flow of entry if they're in a PM cohort? I wasn't sure about the answer for that one.
That's a great question. I don't think it will disrupt the flow. Just don't park in the car line. The only thing we really, if you have to park and bring your student to Camp Calabasas, this is a great question because parents are going to bring their students to Camp Calabasas every morning when they're in the PM. And so if you want to drop your student off from the car line for Camp Calabasas, you can, but please don't get out. The one thing we can't have is parents parking and getting out of their car in the car line. That will disrupt the flow. If you like to walk your student to Camp Calabasas, I would park in the visitor spot. Otherwise, our car line, I'm hoping, I'm hoping to get all the students in and out of their cars between 8 and 8:10. That is our goal. So I don't think it will take longer than that. Pickup map, same map, different time of the day. So you can see the car line. You can see how we have 3 different ways that students are leaving because we really don't want cohorts to cross each other as they're leaving. So they will all have different exits, and then they'll sit on their blue dots and they'll be picked up in the car line. If you didn't know, Camp Calabasas is down here, and so the car line circles around the bottom, and parents can park in the or pull up in the car line and drop their students off for Camp Calabasas. If there is an issue where it's taking too long, we can also go down to Camp Calabasas and talk about them working the car line with us to help their students get out of the car quicker. And maybe they can take the temperature right there and get them in the camp to keep the car line flowing. So moving on to our bell schedule. Very excited about our A and B cohort. A cohort from 8 a.m. To 10:40 and B cohort from 12:10 to 2:50. Our cohorts A and B will be sent out by our teachers tomorrow morning. I'm very excited to send those out. And again, this is in-person instruction. So this is a hybrid model. So there will be asynchronous and independent work. TK and kinders will have around 35 minutes of asynchronous and independent work. And grades 1 and 2 will have around 80 minutes of asynchronous and independent work outside of their cohort time. Just some more fantastic pictures. I really like taking pictures of our school because it's really nice and it's beautiful. So you'll see on the top left-hand side, this is a picture from the NPR. And I just wanted to show the blue dots where students are going to line up. And this is kind of from where a car may pull up to one of our campus supervisors to get their student into the car. And then on the bottom right-hand side, this is actually Miss Santana's classroom. So if you have Miss Santana, this is where you're going to be lining up. We have 6 blue dots on the left and 6 blue dots on the right. This is where they'll be sitting when they come in, waiting for the bell to ring, and Miss Santana will bring them in the class. You'll also see our tables. Now we have tables spread out all over our campus for outside learning or for snacking during our movement breaks. And as you can see, we have blue dots on each table to make sure students know where to sit, and they're sitting 6 feet apart. More pictures. This is, I think, Miss Dicey, this is your classroom.
Yes.
This is where, if you have Miss Dicey, where you're going to meet Miss Dicey. Blue dots lined up on the blue dots. And on the left-hand side, we have Mrs. Stock, right? Mrs. Stock, your classroom on the left-hand side, right?
Yes, my class is all the way at the end there.
So from the picture on the right-hand side, every classroom that you see on the right-hand side all has blue dots in front of it. And these are all the classrooms that we're going to be using from Miss Santana, then over to Miss Hughes, Miss Curzea down there, and Miss Stock all the way at the end on the right-hand side. Hand sanitizer and sinks have been installed in every classroom and around campus. Hand washing station locations, all students will wash hands or sanitize before leaving or entering the classroom. Any questions I've missed? All-star panel.
You've got it. Everything's covered.
All right.
Wow, yes.
Upon arrival at the classroom, students will need to sanitize their hands and go to their assigned seat. They can also wash their hands. Desks will be arranged 6 feet apart. We do have a picture of that. And students will be encouraged to maintain physical distance. Teachers will go over rules and protocols with students, and students will have a movement break and bathroom break where they can eat snacks or they can play. We also will have a grab and go lunch for all students who want a lunch in between cohorts. The first week of school is going to be a lot of training the students on, keeping your mask on, where to sit, how it's going to go. So teachers are going to spend a lot of time showing them where the bathrooms are, how to stand in front of the bathroom and wait for the other student to come out, and a lot of the protocols. So if you have any questions about that, teachers will probably be sending a lot of that stuff to you tomorrow with your cohort information. So we have brand new filters in our air conditionings. We will have air conditionings running, pulling air from the outside in, and outside classrooms will have their doors open also, so we have constant fresh air flowing into the classrooms. Students' desks will be 6 feet apart. All students will have their own bins, pencil boxes, and books. And anything shared between cohorts will be cleaned in between cohorts. Every classroom will be cleaned, disinfected between cohorts before and after school. Small group instructions, I've had people ask, are we still doing small group instructions? Teachers may be doing small group instructions, but they will be outside with students sitting 6 feet apart, weather permitting. So between A and B cohorts, lots of cleaning. We got a whole team of cleaners, thanks to the district and everything that they've done to help us prepare for opening. All classrooms will be cleaned and sanitized between cohorts. All bathrooms will be cleaned and sanitized. All playground equipment, all tables, the lounge, the workrooms, outside tables, doorknobs, everything will be cleaned in between cohorts. If you saw the awesome video that Dan narrated, it really showed how everything is cleaned, including anything that they use at recess, all the playground equipment, the tables. So everything is sanitized in between cohorts. And it was filmed at Lupin, so we were very excited to be able to host that video. It was fun. I want to send a shout out to the kids at Camp Calabasas for helping us make that video. So classroom setup. On the left hand side, you'll see an example of what all of our classrooms look like now. In this, when I put this picture up here, I saw the orange fit balls. We won't have orange fit balls in our baskets, but we will have baskets for backpacks next to their chairs. But this is how a classroom's going to be set up. Desks 6 feet apart. All students will have their own bins, pencil boxes, things like that. Nothing is shared. Face coverings at school. All face coverings need to cover the nose and mouth completely. Please review the proper use of a mask with your child. I'm sure now, we've been wearing them for so long. Your kids are probably like mine. They're very used to wearing a mask. They carry it with them all the time. The one thing we do want to make sure is that kids do bring an extra mask in a Ziploc bag in their backpack, just in case something happens to their mask. But we will have extra masks if students forget one or something happens to theirs. Masks will be worn for the entire day. The only time that students will be able to take off their mask is when they are eating or drinking. So before school, masks must be on when students exit their cars and when parents or students are walking up. So make sure, parents, if you walk your student up, you're wearing a mask and your student's wearing a mask. Students wear your mask when they get out of the car. In class, always wearing a mask. On campus, always wearing a mask, only again when they're eating or drinking. If something happens to the mask, even the extra mask, we have plenty of masks to share, so we will be providing one if something happens to them. And students must remain masked until they enter their car or leave the campus. We have on-campus protocols, and this is what the teachers will be going over with the students. Of course, it's wearing the mask, but also we have arrows and we have dots and we have signs all over campus, washing hands, staying 6 feet apart, following the directional arrows. Also things like waving to your friends, and that's something that we really need to work on with the students. You know, a lot of kids, it's tough because I had students from Camp Calabasas, you know, who want to come up and high five me and hug me, and we have to teach them. You know, right now we're doing air high fives and we're doing air hugs, and we're waving to each other.
Mr. Foley, before you move on,
Yeah.
somebody's asked, are the gaiters still okay and considered a mask?
A gator?
Like a neck thing.
The ones that kind of hang on your neck?
That's a great question. Dr. Dan, is that what are they called? Gators?
Yeah, they actually, I have
They
one.
go around your neck and they come up over your nose?
I don't think it is considered a mask.
I don't think it's considered a mask, but I will get back to you on that. Let me find out. I'm pretty sure every student has to have a mask and every teacher has to have a mask. I'm not sure if a gator is going to be okay. So let me look into it for you and I'll get back to you. Can we get a name?
I'm sorry, Scott. Yeah, gators are not okay. It's got to be a mask.
Gator's not okay. Got to be a mask. Got it. We will have staff monitoring the restrooms. So restrooms, right now we have one student at a time going in the restroom, no more than one at a time. We do have dots outside of the restroom where students will line up. We will have a staff member monitoring the bathroom to make sure that students are going in one at a time. They're maintaining social distancing. They have their masks on and they go flush wash. And they're heading straight back to class. Students will also wash or sanitize their hands when they get back to classroom from the restroom. Movement breaks, my favorite part of the day. Recess, students' favorite part of the day. Recess. Students can bring a snack, something to eat, something, you know, not a complete lunch, but a snack to eat. They can eat it during their break. We will have activities during the break. During the break, each cohort will have their own area that they will play in. And again, if it's a play area that students touch, like playground equipment, it will be cleaned before any other cohort uses it. Each cohort will have an AM and a PM bag. So every class will have an AM cohort bag and a PM cohort bag that they will use and the other cohort won't be used, and it will be cleaned every day. This is our tentative movement break schedule or recess schedule. So we have about 15 minutes of recess built into each cohort. And as you can see, each class, we have about 2 classes that will go out at recess at the same time, but they each have designated areas and they will have staff monitoring each cohort. So each cohort will have a staff member watching their cohort and making sure that they are 6 feet apart, they're wearing their masks, and they're not leaving their area. Students during their recess can play in their area on whatever activity they have designated for that day, whether it's soccer, basketball, tetherball, or they're on the playground equipment. And then they will rotate days. So some days they'll have the grass, some days they'll have the basketball courts, some days they'll have tetherball, some days they'll have the playground equipment, but they'll all be cleaned. Anything touched will be cleaned between cohorts.
There is a parent with a question that has a child that has a sensory sensitivity to mask. What should they do if their child is unable to wear one?
Call me, email me, and we'll talk about it. Great question. So school supplies. One thing is computers stay home. Everybody should have an Acer at home. Make sure those computers stay home. You're going to need those for asynchronous work, whether it's ST Math, Extra Math, Lexia, Seesaw. You're going to need that at home for your asynchronous independent work. Teachers at each grade level will determine the curriculum that will stay home or what you'll need to bring back and forth. So pay attention to the emails that they send you. They'll be sending out one tomorrow. Our intention really is to limit the amount of materials going back and forth. And that's all due to safety reasons. School day protocols. There'll be no shared items during the school day. All items will be stored in students' desk, baskets, book boxes, and will go home at the end of the day. Please send only essential supplies and a water bottle. Water bottle is important. We do have no touch filling the water bottles. So those things that you put your bottle in, fills it up with water. Please make sure you send a water bottle, put a name on it, label it with your student's name, put it in the backpack, and you can bring that to school and take it home every day. Health office. So currently our health office will not be used for any symptoms of illness that may be related to COVID or anything like that. So current health office will now be used for non-illness, medical needs, lost teeth, treating little boo-boos, or administering daily medication. We will have a care room. So if you know where our music room, it's located next to the main office. It's been converted into our new health evaluation room, or what we want to call our care room. This room is designated for children who are ill. Our health clerk will be stationed in the room to take care of our tigers while they're waiting for their parents. If you have a sick child, if we call you and you do have a sick child in the care room, please be prompt and pick up your sick child. We really need to take care of that quickly. Also, very important, check ARIES. Check your ARIES, make sure your updated emergency contacts are on ARIES. Your information is updated with phone numbers and emails. Very important. One thing I'm not sure if I stressed, during pickup and drop off of students, please be on time. Please be on time when you're dropping off your student or picking up your student. It's very, very important that we have our students dropped off on time and picked up on time. Tiger top 5 rules. So these have changed a little bit since distance learning. Follow safety rules, be safe, and wear your mask. Of course, had to throw in wear your mask. That's following safety rules. Be prepared. So make sure you're bringing your required materials every day. Be respectful. Keep your distance. It's something that we'll be teaching our students. Maintain distance and keep your hands to yourself. So working on that 6-foot distance. If you have questions, throw them in the Q&A. We'll do our best to answer them. So if you have questions, throw them in the Q&A. And again, we are in this together. We're here to help you. Please call the main office, email us. We are here and we're here for you. Please ask for help when you need it. As Dr. Stepanowski said, we are opening the campus for walkthroughs. I do want to make sure everybody understands this is outside only. So we're not opening up classrooms for parents and students to walk through classrooms. This is just going to be outside. Teachers will put a sign on their door or a chair in front of their door with the teacher's name on it, so you can show your student where they are lining up. You can practice the drive-through. And Dr. Stepanowski had a great point the other day. He said, you know, it would be great. Parents didn't get a chance to go over or take pictures for the first day of school with their children. And I think this may be an opportunity where you can bring your student to school and take those first day pictures. You know, my wife always likes to make the first day picture signs, poster boards. And so if that's something you want to do, it's a great opportunity to do that. So especially if you're in kindergarten, you have a kindergarten student who's never even been on our campus, bring them over, walk them around, get them to feel comfortable with where their class is, where you're going to drop them off. And I think it'll really help on the first day. So that's Friday at 3:30 to 5, Saturday 8 to 12. Please, please, please wear a mask. Please maintain physical distance with other families and other students. We'll have someone here. I'll be here, but we'll also have staff members helping to take temperatures. Just remember, teachers will not be here, but they will put a sign on their door to let you know which is their door and where their students can line up. So I will be here though, and so if you have any questions, you can always come talk to me. Lupin Hill, you guys are awesome. Parents, you're awesome. Your students on Zoom and all the work they've been doing over the last 3 months has been amazing. Super proud to be a Lupin Hill principal. Our teachers, what they've been doing with distance learning has been incredible. So I'm very proud. Remember that parents, we are not allowed on campus starting Monday. So please, you know, respect that. If you need to come to the main office, you need to talk to us, you can always call, you can email, and you can make an appointment. Another super thank you to all the parents for, you know, your cooperation, your understanding, your patience. Please support our effort toward providing your children with a safe and productive learning environment when we're back on campus. We are excited to get K-2 back. We've been working hard to make sure everything is safe for your kids, and we can't wait. If you have questions, please throw them in the Q&A. I'd love to answer them now, and also you can email me if you don't want to throw it in there, or you can call the main office. We're here till 4 o'clock.
There is a question about the grab and go lunches. Will there be grab and go lunches for the PM cohort to pick up at the end of the day, or is that the timing off on that?
Right now we're working on getting the grab and go lunches for the PM, for both. I'm not sure exactly of how it's going to be given to the students. We're working on that. We're going to have a process, but all students are going to get a grab and go lunch. I will have all that information for the grab and go lunch in the Friday message. So you can always email me also, but we will have that information sent out on the Friday message. We're still working on the logistics of the AM and the PM cohort grab and go lunch.
And there is also a question about, for students that are attending Camp Calabasas, they will need their devices for the asynchronous portion of their day at Camp Calabasas. So can they still bring their devices for that?
Absolutely, yeah. They're going to need, if you need your device for Camp Calabasas, bring your device, but please, please, please put it in the case. And yeah, absolutely. Camp does a great job of taking care of the kids, getting them to do their work. I'm very proud of what Camp has done and been doing to help our students for the last 3 months. So absolutely okay to bring your device, just keep it in your backpack. You can also keep it at camp. So if you're here in the AM and you want to keep it at camp, I'm sure camp will let you keep it in their cubby. And if you need it, if you have any other questions about camp, let me know. We're working with camp on how it's going to go with the cohorts on Monday. The camp counselor should be picking your kids up after school from outside the classroom and taking them to camp. So let me know if you have any questions about that.
got the lunch issue. I just called Karen, and she said I think at some point we're trying to get fridges in each of the classrooms, I think. So the PM kids can grab their grab and go lunch out of that and take it home, and they can have it for dinner, or they can throw it in their refrigerator at home and have it the next day for their lunch.
Yeah, we're getting a Viking refrigerators in each classroom, right, Dan? Viking? No,
Absolutely.
I'm joking. So yeah, I
I
did hear
in the staff lounge, and yes, massages every Friday.
I did hear Karen's working really hard on getting us coolers so that we can put the grab and go lunches in there and we can take them home. Just to let you know, the lunches have been fantastic. So we're really happy that we got that program going. Thank you to Karen, and thank you to the district for providing those.
There is a question about dropping off in the morning. What's the earliest someone can drop off? 7:50?
Oh,
Or
that's a great question. I totally forgot that, and I'm glad you brought that up. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Pull up in the car line. If you are first, if you get here at 7:50, please stay in the car line until 8 o'clock. We really can't have students coming onto campus until school starts. We don't want students playing or walking around or parents outside of school just hanging around. We really want to focus on safety of our staff, of our students, and of our families. And so the best thing to do is if you get here at 7:55, please just pull up in the car line, wait for our campus supervisors to come out and get you all checked out, get your student out, and then you can go. Great question.
Mr. Foley, if they come in the PM cohort, so would that be 12:10 that they would be the earliest they can drop off?
12:10, please. Again, if you come at 12:05, just stay in the car line, and at 12:10, but please don't get out of your car and don't send your student out of the car until we come check them out and get them into the school. Great questions. Keep them coming.
there's also a question about a menu or schedule posted for a grab and go lunch, so that the kids can decide whether or not they want to take it. Is it everyone getting a grab and go lunch provided for every student, or how is that going to work?
I will shoot out the menu. If I can get the menu from Karen, I'll shoot it out to you guys on Friday in my Friday message. If you don't want the grab and go lunch, you can email me or email the school, and you don't have to take the grab and go lunch. They are really good, and they are really healthy, and my kids really enjoy them. So it doesn't hurt to take it home and and put it in the fridge and save it for later.
Karen is going to try and work. We will, when we get back to a regular routine, I think they email out like a menu, that kind of thing. Certainly have it on their website. That may take a week or so to get up and going. And then they are going to circle back with families because we don't want to, make 1,500 lunches and, have 1,000, go to waste. So Karen Nutrition Services will be circling back to try and dial in the number a little more specifically moving forward. But we'll have a lot on standby for next week. So.
They are asking as well if they can pick up for a student at home that's doing at-home learning, like grab 2 lunches as opposed to just 1.
Yes, they can.
Great questions. I love it. Any more questions? All right. We are done. Fantastic. Well, I want to thank parents. I want to thank you very much for attending. I want to thank you for all that you do. Dr. Stepanowski, thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do to support us, support our schools. I can't thank my teachers enough for being here. Natalie and Ursula, you guys are rock stars. I appreciate you. And again, we are here for you. So please email us, call the office. We're here to help. And have a great night.
Nice job, Scott, Ursula, Natalie, you guys crushed it.
All right.
Thank you for being here.
Good.
I think once someone asked about the cost of the lunches, I think they're free at this point. They're sort of, we're hoping it's free and reduced folks that are grabbing them.
There was one last question at the very, very end that said, can they still do homeschooling? I wasn't, what do they want to only do virtual? I wasn't sure if there's no switching back and forth, right?
Not at this point. Did you see the last, there's a question at 324, the first question, so happy Mr. Foley was able to shave. I didn't address that, but I did say that when the kids come back to school, I said I was going to grow a beard until the kids came back to school, and the kids are coming back to school. So I shaved it.
We appreciate that.
That's funny.
Your brother played for the Eagles?
He did. He has a Eagles jersey. He played with Donovan McNabb and Javon Curse, and I think who was their wide receiver? They had it was when they were supposed to win the Super Bowl that year. And
Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens, that's right. Yeah, they were supposed to win the Super Bowl. He played 1 year. Huh?
We're still live.
Yes, we are.
Questions are coming in. Breakfast, no breakfast. It's just grab and go lunches, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then someone else asked, where did it go? Homeschooling. Okay. I think we covered it.
In response to the homeschooling, I think they will reach out to discuss the independent study option, correct?